See, ordinarily we do not comment when a political event or an annual conference of another political party is being held. But this session of the Congress party, which is being held to mark its 125th anniversary, has acquired some strange proportions. It's a party on the back foot. It's a party which is completely on the defensive. And curiously, in this session, we find that there is a much greater reference in their conference to the BJP than to their own party itself. Well, the fact that this session suffers from a BJP phobia gives to us in the BJP a strong sense of satisfaction that the Congress is actually on the defensive and very wary of the kind of strength the BJP is gaining. In this defensive session of the AICC, we today saw an address by a very defensive Prime Minister. It's a matter of national concern that a Prime Minister should be pushed to a position where he has to say, I have nothing to hide. Where he then has to say that, like Caesar's wife, I should be above suspicion. But the Prime Minister must remember that Caesar's wife was not very particular in choosing the forum which must inquire him or his government. If he wants to be like Caesar's wife and be above suspicion, why must he be so concerned that the forum before which he has to appear must be a forum of his own choice? Why is he quibbing between this distinction between the JPC and the Public Accounts Committee? The Public Accounts Committee has a very narrow jurisdiction. It gets its jurisdiction only out of the report of the Comptroller and Auditor General. The CAG is an internal auditor of the government. He raises accounting issues, he raises auditing issues, and then he raises issues relating to any loss cost to the government. This issue has become much larger than being merely an accounts or an auditing issue. How was the party chosen to whom the telecom portfolio had to be given? Within that party, how was the person chosen? How was the policy framed? Therefore, in the choice of all three matters, the choice of the party, the choice of the person, the choice and formulation of the policy, did corporate groups and lobbies have a role to play? Contemporaneous evidence which has come to notice clearly indicates that they indeed had a lot of role to play. And therefore, the Prime Minister cannot answer this either before an auditor or before a PAC which gets its jurisdiction from the auditor's report. It's India's Parliament or a committee of India's Parliament, which is a joint parliamentary committee, which must examine all these issues which are so vital to the health of Indian democracy. Yes, the Prime Minister is hiding something. The Prime Minister is hiding the fact that the 2G spectrum scam took place in 2007. For the last 3 years, the opposition has been crying hoarse before the whole country that huge sums of money have been lost and benefited the private parties. The Prime Minister is hiding the fact that why did he keep quiet for all these 3 years? Why did he continue to say that the minister concerned tells me that it's the past practice which he has followed and there is nothing unusual about this? It is this one issue on which this whole cover-up took place that the Prime Minister has to answer. He can't answer this to either an auditor or to a committee which will examine the auditor's report. He has to answer this to India's Parliament or a committee of India's Parliament. I repeat, Caesar's wife does not choose the forum of inquiry. If you are so clear that you have nothing to hide and you can answer everything, you should come up front and be prepared to answer before any forum. And JPC is a legitimate constitutional parliamentary forum. There are many other questions they have to answer. Let it not be forgotten that in 2004, when he first became the Prime Minister, he inducted as many as 7 tainted ministers in his government. At that stage, he did not say that Caesar's wife is above suspicion. His consistent plea was that all 7 are presumed to be innocent till proven guilty. And that's why he continued them. How did various cover-ups took place? The whole burial of the Bofors case took place in the last 7 years. Well, in the recent years, who has completely perverted and subverted the independence of the CBI? Who is the responsible for the appointment of a tainted individual as the Chief Vigilance Commissioner? If you have nothing to hide, please be upfront and answer each one of these questions. The nation is awaiting your answers. These answers cannot be given to either a party conference or before a forum of your choice, which has only limited jurisdiction. These must be before the Indian Parliament or a committee of Indian Parliament. Thank you.